you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm continuing to go down all the, excellent feedback that I've gotten off of the private support group that I ran, which about a week ago I did ask the question, what has been your most challenging aspect in healing from narcissistic abuse? And I got such incredible feedback. And I want to make videos definitely out of these concerns, especially the ones that I found to be very redundant and anything that I think that the community could benefit from me addressing. Okay. And hopefully the particular person who provoked the video will be helped as well, of course. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and read her statement. So she said the hardest part for her in the healing process has been thinking about it and then going on to react. I believe once I stop thinking about the BS, I'll be okay, but until then, he will every once in a while feel my wrath. The beautiful part about it is, he effed over so many people he will never know who. Other than that, I'm good. All right. And I see that some other survivors have liked her statement. So, they're co-signing it. They're in this space and energy as well. So let's go ahead and address this. All right. I'm just going to read through it and tell you what I think along the way. All right. So her biggest issue is thinking about it. Okay. That's understandable when you have had a traumatic experience or someone has been able to provoke in you so many deep feelings, and you've experienced a trauma in itself. Of course, you're going to be thinking about it. But I do talk a lot on this channel about the type of story that you tell yourself. So what you're thinking when you think about it, basically that's pairing up with the thought itself. So when we are still in victim mentality, if we're having a lot of anger and bitterness, woe is me type of stuff, still holding on to it tightly, we're going to be very negative about it, and we're going to be reliving it. And every time we think about it, it's triggering the feelings that are very similar to when we initially went through it. And this is very psychological, and this tends to happen. This is why we can daydream about something from our childhood that made us happy, and it might make us smile because it's re-triggering that energy again. Just as though we can think about something that devastated us, and then that can make us feel down. See, our memory remembers what it made us feel like before, and it's kind of like, it may not be like 100% experiencing it again, but we're going down the pathway, and it's going to trigger those similar feelings. All right. So the story that you're telling yourself is going to make a big deal. And a lot of times, and it's very easy for survivors to get caught up with seeing the cup half empty after the relationship has, done the final discard, because, it was very unpleasant. It was abusive and it was traumatic. So a lot of times, we're struggling to see anything good. We're struggling to be able to count our blessings, to still see what's good in our life, because we have there's a bus going by. We have tunnel vision, and what I say all the time, what we concentrate on is going to be what grows. So if it's only the negative, then that's what's going to grow, you guys. All right. So again, thinking about it is very normal, especially early on. But as we go through our healing process, that's going to minimize. As we release, it's going to minimize. As we make a shift in our perceptions of that experience, it's going to minimize as well. All right. So the next thing that she says is, then she goes on to react. So she thinks about it, she gets angry, and then there's some type of reaction. I know survivors who have gotten stuck in the cycles of getting angry and then sending a text, how could you do this to me? That's really effed up. And that's part of the reaction. Or they're going and they're taking them that negative energy. And either way, the narcissist is getting the energy. And at the end, she says he effed up so many people, so he never knows who. But it's still energy that narcissist is getting, and satisfaction in knowing that he devastated somebody, he upset somebody, and he may know more, he or she, as she said, he may know more than he's letting on. Okay, so going to react means that we're in our emotions and we're not in our logic. All right, this person is still very much emotional about this situation. So let's continue. She says, I believe once I stop thinking about the BS, I'll be okay. Well, it's not that you're thinking about the BS, it's how is the story you're telling yourself about the BS. You know, this person, chances are, is very attached to the BS. Something just came near me. So, yeah, chances are this person is very attached to the BS and they're taking it very personally. And when you take something personal, it's going to be hard to let go of. Ah! What the heck? Hey guys, what is that? Do you see it? Let me get this out of here. Oh my Lord. I have a sunroof and I think it came in through the sunroof. Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to edit that. Are there any others? Oh my gosh. I am not the bug person. You guys just found that out. Either way. Yeah, but when we're taking things personally, just think of it. If it's something that's personal to me, that's a part of me, right? It's going to be very hard to let that go. But when we recognize, hey, they do this to everyone, it's not personal to me at all. They're in their ignorance, they're in their darkness, they're demonic and all this other stuff. They're doing it to the next person. They were doing it to people before me. It's the same cycle of abuse. It becomes very impersonal. And that should allow our emotional maturity to allow us to then detach, okay? So it's not that you're thinking about it, because you're going to remember it. You have a memory. You haven't blacked it out. You know, that didn't occur with you. So you're not going to stop thinking about it per se. You could change the frequency that you think about it. You could take it off the throne. Stop making it so pivotal in your life. Okay? And just take your lessons and keep it moving. All right? So the next thing she says, I'll be okay, but until then, he will every once in a while feel my wrath. Will he feel your wrath? If we're talking about a person that doesn't have empathy. So yet again, we're getting in our logic here, because this is what you're saying out of your emotions. You know, this person could be laughing. Look at this. You know, they could think it's funny that you're upset and angry or talking ish about them, because they're not attaching to it. That's the whole problem in a relationship. The narcissist has attachment and detachment issues themselves. So if they weren't attached to it, they don't care about what you feel. That's why they were able to treat you in such a low level, okay? And then you said the beautiful part about it is he effed up so many people he will never know. That's not beautiful. You know, that's the ugly part of the situation in actuality. Okay, that's a very ugly, that it's been a trail of people. But we make it beautiful by taking our lessons and moving forward, okay? And you believe he will never know who. Well, maybe he won't and maybe he will. But really, all of this isn't about the narcissist. It's really about you holding a grudge and not being able to just take your lessons and move on in life. And it's keeping you stuck in your present. And you was like, other than that, I'm good. Right. So that's a lot going on right there. I'm just going to say that. There's a lot going on right there. So you're probably, chances are you're not good other than that. Because this is a domino effect in so many parts of your life, you know. To not be able to have a day go by and just be peaceful without getting pissed off and resentful and angry over, you know, your experience with this person. And we'll put person in quotes, right? So, you know, resistance is going on here. I highly recommend that you watch my series on anger. I made a 3-part series on that I really feel like you could benefit from. And anger is one of the parts of the grieving process. I will just say that right now as a sidebar. And anger itself is not a bad thing. It's what we do with it that makes it positive or negative. All right. We could use that anger as a tool of knowing what we don't want to experience, but not as a tool of keeping us, or instead of using it as a tool of keeping us stuck in the same cycle, because now we're in a different kind of cycle and it's perpetuating over and over until you digest it and release it. Okay. All right, so I hope that this is, you know, helping anyone that has been in this predicament. And, you know, it's just giving the narcissist more supply. It's making that narcissist more relevant. Let me let my window down. I see it. I see it again. It's over there on my other window. I told you to get started and I'm coming. Ooh, I'm letting that little thing out. It looks like a little, I don't know what it is, but I don't want it in here with me. All right, you guys, I have to end this video because I have something to take care of. But replay this video and, you know, take some words of wisdom here. And if you are still struggling, sweetie, I do offer one-on-one coaching. You can go to my website, LakiaCrawford.com, and schedule a time with me. If any of you are struggling with this, I can certainly help you through this process, all right? It does get better. It does get better, but we have to reprogram our mentalities and our perceptions, because that is certainly limiting us and keeping us stuck. All right, you guys? So if this video resonated with you, go ahead and hit the like button, you guys. With all the theatrics and the bugs and, you know, hey, live and direct. I'm live and direct, baby. All right, you guys, thank you for all the love and support that you show this channel. You can always check the description below for anything that I have going on. You can find out about the 2 support groups, you guys, the private one, the public one. Join them both, join them not, one or the other. Hey, it's an olive branch for those of you who want that extra support. It's not going to hurt anything, right? Other than that, like I said, you can visit my website, LakiaCrawford.com. I do offer voice coaching, FaceTime, email coaching, and one day I thought about maybe doing in person. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you up to date. All right. With all of that being said, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Continue to do the work. Never give up on yourself, okay? Never give up on yourself. And, you know, time and energy is something that you never want to waste. That person has gotten enough time in your energy. Enough. Don't you think? Enough. So we don't want to continue to give them more, because we got to think about it. That's what this person lives off of. People willing to give them their time and energy, because they are energy vampires. All right. So for you to knowingly do this after what you've experienced with them, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. We're trying to cleanse that energy from around you, and you can't do it if you're still interacting with it and you're creating new experiences with the person in essence, okay? So we got to do better. We have to get out of our emotions, which can be very, you know, tricky when they've invoked so much, all right? But we got to get into our logic, you guys, all right? And I know you can do that. Get help if you need it, all right? All right, you guys. Continue to do the work. Never give up on yourself. And until next time, please take care.